I did a show with 50 Cent at Nebula in Midtown. And all these people were like jumping on all these like so-called influencers were jumping on the stage and filming themselves on stage with 50. And like, yo, you blocking him. There's 50 you motherfuckers on stage filming yourselves. Can we see 50 do his thing? And shout to him, because he was I think in contract he only did I think 4 records. He did like 12 records. He did like a show. He had a nice show. And he did his thing. And he came in depth, everybody up, was cool, humble. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, I would like to work with him. I think he's funny, and you know, I like the power shows and the moves he makes. But I feel like a lot of people who had problems with him back in the day, they were probably the problem. I think he's a good guy. Like if you show him love, he shows you love. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I remember when his album came out, Get Rich, and it just blew out of nowhere. Yeah. It was like unexpected.
Well, when you have Eminem and Dr. Dre behind you,
and it was in every car,
and you're huge on the mixtape scene already.
Yeah, and every car was just playing some type of cut from the album.
Yeah,
they're like, okay, I'm like, yeah,
that was the shit. And he was already had Justo Mixtape Awards. Him and Lloyd Banks was killing the mixtape scene. So you know, it was very anticipated.
I remember that's where I seen you. I remember I seen you at the Justo at 125th.
Oh, in Harlem.
It was in December. It was called Apollo. That's where we met for the first time. It was at the Apollo. Then I met you again 2 weeks later somewhere else. Yeah.
I remember that Justo, and they were gonna have another one. And like I think there's a couple people were trying to take over for Justo after he passed, and it never ended up happening. And but I remember some of the people who were running it. They came to my studio and they saw I had all these different artists there working, and they were like checking out my mixtapes. And they were like, "Okay, we gave you we nominated you for a couple of awards on the Mixtape DJ of the Year and this and that. But you know what? This year you get it. We can give it to you this year." And then they didn't do it. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But you know, rest in peace to Justo, and I do miss that mixtape era. But you gotta adapt. You gotta grow. You gotta change with the times. Or you gotta put out compilation albums, or you gotta put out projects and merchandise, T-shirts, hats, hoodies. You know, I used to go to a show and I wouldn't care. I'd sell 200 CDs in a crowd because I'm just a hustler like that. And now, you know, I'll go to an event and I might have a table and have merchandise, and that's okay. And you know, some people like vinyl. You know, vinyl is a collector's item now. You can charge $30, $40, $50 for a record, you know, or more. You look at people like Makami, who charges $1,000 for a CD.
1,000 for CD?
Yeah, you know, people like Nipsey Hussle. He was doing like I think $1,000 for his album.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, you know, I understand the idea of, you know, you want people to appreciate the art, but you know, I feel like it's also a balance. You don't want to charge too much money.
Yeah, be simple and reasonable.
Right.
Yeah, because that reminds me when I see Travis Scott sell his merch. It's like his merch is like least expensive. Like a T-shirt, a hat, a sweater.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't listen to his music. So.
No. You listen to Travis Scott? You listen to Nicki? Anybody you listen to?
You said who?
Like who you listen to? Like anybody who's brand new? Any?
I like Freddie Gibbs. He's not brand new though.
No, he's not brand new.
He's been around.
I think he came out with an album like 2 weeks ago.
I like let's see. Who's brand new?
Not brand new. Like I say,
like fresh out the womb. Like
no. Someone who's been here for the last 5 years, 6 years.
I like Rome Streets.
Okay.
I like Griselda. They've been around longer than that.
I like their movement. Their movement pretty good.
I like Rock Marciano, but he's been around forever. I like Kai. Rest in peace to Brownsville Kai. Oh man, there's people. I like Kendrick. I like J. Cole, but you know they've been around.
Yeah, they've been around. Yeah.